Welcome to another marvelous episode of CFB Nation, hosted by me, Lover KT, a.k.a. the governor of college football. And, of course, with me today, we got Nino, a.k.a. the mayor of college football. Y'all seen him getting into the intro. Nino, what's happening?
I'm feeling good. It's V-Day, did the thing with the wife, and I'm ready to talk a little bit college football, get it in, do B2B, going back-to-back. That's how the schedule works, so let's get it.
All right, so, of course, as you see, this is the Valentines Day edition of CFB Nation. Edited and created by my lovely lady. I can't take credit for this, but I was like, yo, I want to do a Valentine's Day edition, and she seen me messing with it, and of course, like a boss, she took over, man. She did the whole thing. But without further ado, let's get into this episode, man. Hope everyone is comfortable. I see Joe is in the building. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Moon. Shout out to Coach. Shout out to everybody that's always in here for all the streams. D now. All of the good people. Of course, this show is brought to you by the good folks over at Toilets to Titles. Make sure you go in your search browser right now on YouTube. Search Toilet Space 2 Space Titles. Go ahead and hit that notification bell. Go ahead and make sure you hit subscribe. Also, this show is brought to you by the good folks over at BigFootsWorld.com. They got decor, home decor. They got footwear, apparel, all types of good stuff. So make sure you head over there and then let them know Nino, the mayor, and the governor sent you. And go ahead and type in CFB Nation, one word. You get a 5% discount. So, now that we got some bills paid, let's go with this Valentine's Day themed CFB Nation. So, first we're going to start with sweetheart college football players. And not in the way that you think of, but just darlings of college football. When you think of great college football players, and a lot of these players didn't turn out to be as great in the NFL. I'm going to let Nino go first. Do your thing, Playboy. Do your thing, 21.
All right. I got you. I'm going to go with, I got some old school. We're going to go retro with a couple of these guys. How you want to do? You want to go bar for bar? You name one, I name one? Yeah, we'll go bar for bar.
Let's go bar for bar.
I'm going to come out swinging heavy with this guy, young Timothy Tebow. He was definitely a sweetheart in college football. I'm going to go back to 2007. Quarterback. He went 234 out of 350. Almost 67% completion, right? 3,300 yards passing, 9.4 yards per attempt, 32 touchdowns. He only had 6 interceptions. But then my man was a straight wrecking ball in the backfield. RB1, 210 attempts. Yeah, that's right, folks. A quarterback had 210 attempts for 895 yards and an anomalous 23 touchdowns. Wow. Timmy Tebow, you are a college football sweetheart.
Alrighty, I'm going to follow up that Tim Tebow with another guy at quarterback. He played a little bit before Tim Tebow by the name of Andre Ware. Remember Andre Ware? Yeah, I know. We going back a little bit. Of course, it didn't pan out in the NFL, but we all know what he did. I believe it was the Houston Cougars, if my memory serves me correctly.
Yes.
He was a dog, man. Up there in Heisman contention. I believe he got drafted by the Detroit Lions. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section on Nino if you remember. But yeah, that is my college football sweetheart, Andre Ware. Great player.
All right. Bing, bing, bingo. Round 2. I'm coming out with another dog, junkyard dog here. I was a huge fan when I was a kid. I'm old, born in 81. So in 1994, I was into the scene. And that's Rashaan Salam, running back on the Colorado Buffaloes. My man was a dog in 1994. 298 attempts.
Nino, rapid fire. I hate to cut you off.
Go.
You said, who did you say? You said
Rashaan Salam.
So Rashaan Salam or Eric Bieniemy?
Oh, Eric Bieniemy. Eric Bieniemy. Yeah.
Well, my apologies. You can continue.
That's all right. No, that's fine. I love that rapid fire. That was tough, though. Bieniemy just, he had that little extra, He had that special team flair to him as well.
For sure.
In that year, though, almost 300 attempts. My man went up for 2K, right? 2,055 yards. He averaged a disgusting 6.9 yards per carry on the ground. That's just stupid, right? 24 touchdowns. He had 24 receptions, 294 yards for an average of 12.3 yards per carry. Rashaan Salam, you are a college football sweetheart.
Whew. Rashaan Salam, that's a good one. It made me think of Kajana Carter at Penn State.
Man.
It made me think of a couple people. This next guy, I'm going to go with I think it's going to surprise a lot of our viewers. Actually, not going to go with them. I can't do it. Nebraska and me won't allow me to do it. But the next guy I'm going to go with is a guy by the name of Brad Smith. Listen, my favorite NCAA is NCAA 06. I'm a gamer at heart. I know a lot of people like 12. I know a lot of people like 14. NCAA 06 was my favorite game. And there was a guy by the name of Brad Smith. Honestly, if you look at Brad Smith numbers, and if you look at Anthony Richardson numbers, they mirror each other. But Brad Smith did not play quarterback in the NFL. He was a great kick returner for the Jets. They utilized him a little bit. He kind of came in the league during the Wildcat era.
Yeah.
Could run the ball. His completion percentage was low, but he was dangerous running the ball out of the backfield.
Open field.
Yes. So Brad Smith is certainly a CFB sweetheart. Who you got next?
I don't know if you're ready for this one. I went digging for this one. I had to go retro. I know Rashawn Salam was retro, but I went a little bit more. I went a little bit more neons, with the skid pants. I went deep. I went Ty Detmer, QB, BYU, 1991, right? When you had them big tube TVs in your living room, took up half the living room. Ty Detmer was doing his thug thing. 294 completions. Out of 403 attempts for 4,031 yards, 61.8% completion, right? I mean, averaged 10 yards per attempt, 35 touchdowns, 12 picks, and he threw in a quick 4 rushing touchdowns. Now, mind you, in 1991, QB weren't rushing the ball. Mm-mm. So 4 rushing touchdowns was a solid stat.
That's a lot back then. You had to be a drop back passer. But, hey, he bringing back some memories, man. Shout out to all the guys that watch the show, like Felix. Felix is always impressed with the names that we throw out here and there. Shout out to him. Shout out to Campus the Canton. I got one for you, Nino. And this one is an entendre, and you're going to get the entendre immediately. Ian Johnson, running back from Boise State. Everybody knows him for the Statue of Liberty play. I forgot who they were. Yeah. What's that against Oklahoma? In a bowl game?
No comment.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say yeah.
No comment.
Hey, we debuted a new show called Sooner Shakedown, so we're not gonna talk about that. But this is what made him a college football sweetheart. Bro proposed to his lady who was a cheerleader on the sideline. Gangster, Ian Johnson. Shout out to the guy.
I just want to know who held the ring.
Bro. I don't know.
He didn't play the whole game with that thing in his shorts. Ain't no way.
Unless he pulled the Joe Horn. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what he did.
Yo, wild. That was a wild times. I got one last sweetheart, and I'm talking about the sweetheart that come in a box, multicolored and crunchy candies for Valentine's Day. He's the ultimate sweetheart. Give him back his damn trophy. That's Reggie Bush.
Ooh, talk USC, that talk, Nino. Talk Trojan. That talk, man.
I mean, my man was doing what everybody was doing, right? But he was in the limelight. Now he's small potatoes compared to what people are getting right now. Well, compared to what Rashada was getting, he is like an eighth of the money. Small potatoes ain't even a drop in the bucket. And the fact that he takes it on the chin while doing Subway commercials and Wendy's commercials about how they give him back his thing, but it's only a burger and it's only temporary. My man knows the deal. It's coming. Sooner or later, you got to give it back to him. But in 2005, there was nothing more electrifying than Reggie Bush on a football field. 200 attempts. Go ahead. Talk to me.
Bro, it is your civic duty as the mayor to talk that talk. It is your job, bro. He deserves it. Give him his Heisman back.
It's a catastrophe that it hasn't been done yet. Like, are you serious? Like, look, the way the bag is getting thrown around now, the way kids are getting paid, like, dude, for what they took it away for, they should be ashamed of themselves. You know what I mean? They owe him an apology. He carried them for 3 years. 3 years. He was the face of college football, and that was in the midst of Vince Young. Right? Matt Leinart was the dude on his own team. Reggie Bush was the face of college football. He put college football on his back like an East Pack and walked around with like a Jansport and said, I got college football on my back, dude. He carried these dudes, and they slapped him in the mouth and took his trophy away and said, nah, bro, not today. Give it back to Reggie. He's that dude. For 2 years, he was electric for 2 seasons, like 04 and 05. Man, there was nothing more special than Reggie Bush.
And
he is the ultimate college football sweetheart.
I gotta admit, The mayor's list is certainly a lot better than mine, which is crazy. My last guy is Peter Warrick. I have spoken about Peter Warrick.
Florida State. Dog.
Listen, I'm a Michael Vick fan.
Yeah.
I know we can get political. We can talk about, the way he conducted himself outside of the field. You guys have that. Like I said, I'm a lover of dog.
Right.
I have a dog. But
I do too.
Speaking about on the field, I was just a big Virginia Tech fan. I grew up in the DMV area, and then to see what Peter Warrick did to them dudes in the national championship and what he did that entire year, we gotta say that Peter Warrick is a college football sweetheart. Nino.
Bro, Peter Warrick was one of my favorites. Like, back in the day when I was a kid, I'll be the first to admit it. When I was a kid, I didn't know nothing, right? I didn't know about how you had to be true to your team. For me, it was a dude. Dion was the dude. So I love Dion to this day. Everybody knows it, right?
College football is for that, though. Like, you follow the storylines. You follow the top-tier players. I know for a lot of people, it's, hey.
But I'm sick. Me and you are sick, though. Like, when I like a dude, I feel, maybe it's because we do what we do, but I can't like a guy and then not know everything about the team. I just feel like I'm doing myself and to the people that we talk to an injustice.
For sure.
If I like a guy, I'm all in. Back then, I didn't know about it. You know what I'm saying? But I just was I followed Florida State because Dion had been there. And this is, obviously years after Dion had left.
For sure.
I mean.
But his impact was there. You look
Peter
at the team
Warrick,
they built.
Charlie Ward.
Right.
Like, those dudes, bro.
I think I told you the story, bro. I had this shirt that was kind of Florida State colored, and I would tape a 1 and a 7 on the back of that shirt and literally run around the house, bro.
Bro, that's what he did.
Yes.
That's what he did. He just ran around the backfield. He did whatever he wanted to do.
Yes, it's a shame that the game hadn't evolved to where it is now back then. Because I think he'd have been a pretty damn good quarterback.
But he played what 8 years in the NBA?
Yeah, he had a solid career, made money. Didn't have to take the hits that you take in the NFL. So I guess he won in the end. So
hey, and to say not to cut you off, but to say the college foot that he was ahead of the NFL times. Yo, Peter Warrick's skill set.
Yes.
He was ahead of the NFL times.
Was.
Right now, at the NFL, he would be a stud.
Yeah, it was a lot of guys. Him, I feel like Eric, Metcalf. I'm a big fan of his.
Metcalf knew how to adapt. Okay,
Yeah.
Metcalf knew how to swallow the swag and pride and played on special teams to be able to get on the offensive side.
Right, because he wanted to be a running back. They kicked him out to the wide receiver at Atlanta,
Right.
but somebody like Kyle Shanahan with a Peter Warrick
bro, come on.
It just would have been crazy.
Peter Warrick on the side of Cooper Kupp in L.A. What, bro? See you later.
He probably have over 100 carries.
Yeah, he'd just be stupid. He would he would make Debo look stupid.
He really would. Would. That was fun. We got to revisit this subject again, man. Maybe we got to come up with a St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, we'll come up with something. We come up with something for the people at CFB Nation. Yeah. We got them.
For sure. So let's talk about sneaky G5 team. And I got a feeling you and I are going to have the same team. But
I would be if you got the same team as me. I'm going to give you through the screen.
Yeah, right.
Pound it out.
Right. So the team for me is the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky.
Nope, we're on a different.
Okay,
that's good.
Well,
that's good.
So if we think about this, right? Remember when transfer portal first kicked off?
Oh boy,
and we talked, and we just figured out, okay, Austin Reed is leaving, right? He put his name in there. It's
in the pot.
Right, there's no way he's staying. And then when we heard he was coming back for the bowl game, we were still like, nah, something doesn't even out. But he's there to say 40 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, QBR of 69. Malachi Corey is just, I know all the people who play college fantasy football know, but he's a dog.
Yes,
complete dog, 101 catches, 1,293 yards, 11 touchdowns. They averaged 36 points per game. They went 9-5 in the Conference USA last season. Dominated in the R+L Carriers New Orleans Bowl against South Alabama. I think that they can improve upon that. Correct me if I'm wrong. They lost their offensive coordinator, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Yes. Which I thought was why he was out.
Right.
But then he came back, and we saw the commercials and in the sports car on the field. And you can take it however you want to take it. But, you can dress him up in a suit, but if he quacks, he's a duck. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? If he looks like a duck, sounds like a duck, it doesn't matter what you dress him up in, he's still a duck.
Right.
They pretty much put it out there.
Yeah, something had to be wrong for him to put his name out there in the first place. Now, sometimes, people test the waters and be like, okay, this job I'm currently at isn't paying me the money I'm worth. Let me go see what another job values.
Yeah, people don't test the waters publicly, though.
Right. So he tested the waters publicly, and I think he thought he would get P5 offers, and I'm sure he did, but maybe not what he wanted to hear. Well, yeah, you can come here, but you will be in competition, XYZ. I think he wanted to go somewhere and be the guy. I just think
I think he saw Grayson McCall get less offers than anybody else thought he was going to get and said, whoa.
Right.
Okay. He got a little bit more on the stats section than I do. He been doing it he got the highest, completion percentage career-wise ever in college football.
Right.
And he ain't getting the offers thrown at him.
Yeah.
I might just go back for this money.
Yeah, I'm thugging out with the Hilltoppers.
Yeah.
For sure. Who's your sneaky G5 team? And I'm sure you got a couple teams.
I had WK was in there for me because of Reed and the whole scenario.
Right.
I worry about my Tulane guys. I don't know if they can. They lost a lot, so I don't know if they would be able to bounce back. I like Troy, but they lost a couple of seniors on the defensive side of the ball, and that was, their bread and butter was their defense. I believe they were top 20 defense in college football this year for most of the season. I'm gonna go with a team. UTEP?
Yeah.
Coin toss to me.
Okay.
I feel like from week to week, not even week to week, from half to half, you can get a totally different UTEP team. There'll be a team, a half they'll come out and they'll be dominant on defense, right? Stopping the run, less than 3 yards per carry. And then they'll come out in the third quarter and let 140 yards on them. It's like
I see what you're saying.
So the consistency, I need to see it. There was a team that was very consistent. It's a team that's returning 14 starters and already got 24 signees in the early signing period for recruits this year. The head coach has got a record of 30-10, and he went back-to-back Conference USA titles. That's the UTSA Roadrunners.
There we go.
Meep it, Big Daddy, meep it. Listen, when you're returning a record-breaking quarterback and all three of your wide receivers in the Conference USA, you're gonna be my G5 team.
About to say, what year is their quarterback in? It's like
I think it's the extended, but they all got extended, years due to COVID.
Yeah,
so everybody got that extra year. So Frank Harris went off last year. 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, 9 picks, close to 70% completion. He also ran for 600 yards and he had 9 touchdowns. But, dude, their receiving core is stupid. You got Zachary Franklin, 94 receptions for 1,100 yards, 15 touchdowns. Decorian Clark, 6'2", 210. What? 51 receptions, 741 yards, 8 touchdowns. That's your wide receiver, too. Like, Zachary Franklin is 6'1", right? Decorian Clark is 6'2". Joshua Cephas is 6'3", 190. He had 87 receptions for 985 yards and 6 touchdowns. Everybody averaged over 12 yards per catch, right? They're all over 6'1". Man, no wonder why Frank Harris has all. You can just chuck the rock up to a spot and tell these big fellas go get it. On top of that, they're returning two solid guys on defense. Safety Rashid Wisdom had 27 tackles. 21 of them was solo. He had fumble recovery and pass defense. And then they have Brandon Madison, defensive tackle. He only played 4 games last year. 6'2", 237 pounds. He had 11 tackles, 7 solo and a half tackle for loss. He's obviously a starter this year. Rashid Wisdom is going to be your main guy in the backfield. The return offensive tackle, Makai Hott. Listen, they went 10-2, 8-0 in the conference last year. You got 14 returning starters. They're already crazy on the signees. Like I said, 24 signees in the early signing period. Man, I think UTSA can run it back. They run a 3-4-D, but their offense is flip a coin. It all depends on what he wants to come out with, Jeff Traylor. Per set, from set to set it changes. So It'll be interesting to see. But I think they can run it back. I think 10-2 is not out of the realm.
I like that. It was a couple of other teams I thought about. I thought about JMU. But
Southern,
your UTSA
where's
pick is
Frank
amazing.
Gore, my man? Where's Frank Gore at? Frank Gore, Southern Mississippi.
Southern Mississippi. Yeah, Southern Miss.
Yeah, I thought about them as well,
Mm.
but it's all they have.
Yeah.
It's all he's all they have for 2 years now.
You can't be one dimensional. I also thought about UCF as well.
But who's the QB? That's what I want to know. Who's the QB?
I'm not sure. Is John? He left.
And yeah, he was a senior, right? He had no more eligibility. And the freshman kid, this is my thing. The freshman kid in the bowl game didn't want to come in when they had 2 QBs that were hurt because he didn't want to give up his red shirt. Bro, if I'm anybody returning on that team, I'm like, yeah, screw this dude. We had a chance to win a bowl game. He said, nah.
Rapid fire. Is that selfish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was a regular, ordinary game, right? Who cares? It's a bowl game. For some of these seniors and juniors, this might be the only time they make it to a bowl game. You had a chance. And this is what, hey, if you win the game for them and bowl out, you're putting yourself on the map, dude. And you just said, nah, I'm good. You could never be anything. You could go out there and be poo the next 2-3 years. And that would have been a chance for you to bubble.
Nino, you come in at a university. They decide that they're going to redshirt you, right?
Yeah.
Didn't play you the first quarter of the season. Didn't play you the second quarter of the season.
Well, you can play up to 4 games.
You can play. Oh,
you can play up to 4 games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he had played 3 games already. It wasn't like he hadn't
played
at all. He didn't want to play.
You can't respect that. I thought that if he played, boom, his eligibility, like he's automatically.
Well, if he had played in this game, it would have been game 4.
Okay,
so he would have been had to give up the red shirt. But
I see what you're saying.
Plumlee was out.
Now.
He couldn't play. The backup was playing on a high ankle sprain, so he was immobile, literally immobile.
Oh wow!
And this kid didn't want to come in.
No. I see what you're saying 100% now. No, that's no.
You know what I mean? Like I'm a turning guy. I'm like, yeah, I'm good with you, bro. Bring somebody else in. I'll take the kid that's coming in off the street.
Yeah, that's no bueno. No, that's no good.
Nah, bro.
That is no good. That's bad. All right, Nino, let's get into your top returning tight ends to college football in 2023.
All right. You want me to start at the bottom and work my way up, or you want to go shot for shot?
Well, you can start at the bottom, work your way up, because, I mean, I'm pretty sure, not pretty sure. Brock Bowers is one.
Yeah, he's one. He's one.
So
6'4", 230.
We're arguing. We probably Jaheim Bell, I'm sure, is in top 2 or 3. So
he's my 2. He's got 2 for me.
Yeah. So we're really arguing for 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
All right. So at 3, I got Michael Trigg. I still have faith in him, despite his head coaches and their OCs, but the athleticism in him and the freak athlete that he is 6'3", 240. He runs I see 4.68, 4.7 40, so somewhere in that height. 4.6.
I seen 4.65 earlier.
Yeah, so somewhere between 4.65, 4.7 is where he's at. In
Not
2021 USC, he had 7 receptions, 109 yards, and a touchdown. Last year, he only played 4 games due to injury. I don't know if they know how to play him or not. I don't know, but he had 17 receptions for 156 yards, 3 TDs. That was in 7 games, and he had 9.2 yards per catch. So some of that stats to pop up to me, I'd be like, why would you use this guy more often? Now, just to break him down a little bit, he's a natural playmaker, right? He's a downfield threat. At 6'3", 240, my man can just bang with anything out there. Safeties, DBs, linebackers. He's a contested catch king. You're not going to bang him out at the high point for a tight end, right? His shoulders and hesitation, well, I get the Merton Hanks wobble out there. He's shaking dudes at the line, all right? So Michael Trigg's got all the traits, all the ability. I just haven't seen the usage. I don't know if it's his fault or, like I said, or it's coaching. Hopefully this year, Spencer Sanders, because I think Spencer Sanders is going to be the dude, can utilize Michael Trigg. I think that would be a safety blanket early in the season. So we'll see what happens. My next guy, I think is he had a bubble now that Will Mallory is gone. And that is Elijah Araujo out of Miami. 6'4", 235 pounds. He runs a 4.68 40, right? Last year, like I said, Mallory was the guy. So he only played 4 games, had 5 receptions, 66 yards. But when QB's target him, 62.3 QBR rating. Not bad. He is a
you think he has a high
creator.
floor?
I think he has a very high floor.
I know we're pretty much going off a ceiling, but you think he has a high floor?
I think he has a high floor. I nicknamed this dude Supercuts because he be cutting DBs up. Linebackers can't stay with him.
How you like him in comparison to like a Cade Stover?
I think he's so the thing is with Cade Stover, his necessity to that offense, right, is way more than a Rojo. Stover is a necessity to the offense because he's so key. He's probably one of the best blockers in the tight end class. Right. So when he's out, everything changes for them. They have to scheme off to have somebody out on that edge. He has slight Travis Kelce vibes. He blocks way better than Kelce, and he can slide off. Right. My thing with the Rojo is he is Brevin Jordan-esque. I know it's so easy man. Lazy man cliche because same school, right? Miami.
I don't feel like that's a lazy man cliche.
But they're similar, right? He's a separation creator, right? He's strong enough to beat press coverage. That's what. This is why I get so confused with Houston and I get so confused with Miami. They get these tight ends that can create separation. Even Mallory can create separation. He's like a horse out there. When he runs, it's like 5 yards at a gallop, right? They don't use him that way. I don't understand. Rojo, Jordan, strong enough to beat press coverage. You're not going to jam him at the line and beat these guys. They're going to throw you off. Right? He can bang out with a linebacker. Jordan and Rojo, both are wide receiver-esque in their route running ability. I'm not saying that they're going to be Jerry Jeudying you and twisting your feet up and cutting on dime, but a Rojo can cut. Like, for a tight end, he got moves. That's why I call him Supercuts. 6'4", 235. Like, a big man, but he's agile and he's nimble. I think Rojo can make that leap. Do I think he can outleap Eric Gilbert as my 5? Because I got Gilbert at 5. I don't know. But Eric Gilbert really hasn't done a darn thing, right?
I was just about to say, it's time for him to put up or shut up. Like at this point. No disrespect. Respect for him.
He's a freak athlete. He can jump out the gym. He's 6'5", 248. All right. The best thing he did was go to Nebraska.
Oh,
go to Nebraska, homie. They're building something over there, right? Matt Rule bringing in, Sims at the QB. I think he's going to win QB1. If not, you still have Thompson, who can throw the rock around, and he's mobile. So Gilbert can eat off screens, rollouts, whatever it may be. But combined from between LSU and Georgia, you got 37 receptions for 380 yards, 3 touchdowns. You average about 10 yards per catch. Like, that's great, but it's 3 years, dude. The year in the middle you didn't play, and last year you had 2 receptions. So I need to see something. Now, you're a freak athlete. You got great hands. You know how to use your body. You catch the ball with your hands. He can get low, right? He can dig the ball out like on an errant throw, something that's not right at him. He can save a QB. He's got that ability. You didn't see it much, but you see it come out of high school. But big fella got a second gear, right? He can downshift and get gully and get out there and shake him out. Don't get him loose in open field because he can move. We don't see it a lot because Bowers was the dude at UGA, right? But Gilbert got that swag. He got that playmaking ability. And for a big dude at 6'5", right, his body control is elite to me. He can adjust well in the air. I just need to see it. So, on ceiling alone, I got him at 5.
Alrighty. So we agreed the top 2. I want to say we probably agreed with the top 3. So I'm gonna ask you some questions about some of the guys. You didn't name Jatavion Sanders, did you? You did name him? Okay, I missed it. My apologies.
I didn't.
You didn't? Okay.
That's Texas, right? Texas tight end.
Yeah, Texas tight end. Yeah.
I didn't name him. That's the Texas. Is he a tight end or is he a wide receiver? That's what I want to know, right?
I'm not sure.
Because
do you feel like he
has the ability to play wide receiver?
You feel like he's one of those Funches type of guys?
And that, yes, he reminds me of Devin Funches, 100%. Like, he's a big fella. He can catch the ball. He can move, right? But he's not super fast. He's not super, shifty. But he can get open. He can obviously beat press coverage. He's a decent enough blocker. The hype's been there for a little bit now. I don't see it. I haven't seen it. That's what I'm saying. We'll see what happens this year, right? You always better find him.
And then one last guy I want to ask you about is Brevin Spann-Ford from Minnesota. How do you feel about him?
He's climbing. He's climbing. And he was. I got on at about like 6 or 7. My guy at 6. I just need to. I've been searching, right? And is he eligible to come back? Is Kuti eligible to come back? The other gentleman on the side of Kincaid, because he got hurt, right? He didn't play the full season.
Right,
so
right. He was supposed to be the guy coming into this year. I believe he is eligible to come back, but he was supposed to be the guy. I mean, they were supposed to run a 2 tight end set. But
they did run a 2 tight end last year. They both had almost 60 receptions.
Right.
Stupid.
So, dude, if so, he may steal a show. He may steal a show. He might go all the way up to 2.
Yeah, if he's back. I've been searching. I haven't seen if he got the medical exemption or whatever it may be, because dude, he's a dude. Straight up dude.
Shout out to Moon. He said this looks dope. I can't take credit for this. My old lady did this, man. She did this. Rapid fire, Nino.
Shoot.
All-time favorite Valentine's Day candy, snack, food, whatever.
Ooh, okay. Listen, so if we're going to go Valentine's Day, all-time favorite, it's going to be Hershey's Hugs Cookies and Cream.
Hershey's Hugs Cookies and Cream. That's the all-time favorite.
When I was a kid, it was the Hearts, bro. I would bang down a whole bag of them crunchy stupid Hearts with the messages on them. Yeah. I'd smash them out.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I was going to go with. For sure, man. Nation Speaks, man. The Nation, y'all got anything to say to us? Moon Vibe said, see the real governor. Facts. No doubt about that. My better half for sure. Nation, anything y'all want to talk to us about? It's been fun. Don't forget, you guys run over to Toilets and Titles. Make sure y'all like everything up. Y'all subscribe. Y'all hit the bell. Also, BigfootsWorld.com, 5% code CFB Nation. Make sure y'all go check that out. All right, man. As I always like to say, do something nice for somebody you normally wouldn't do. Always pay it forward. Peace and love. Peace and blessings. And until next time, 1.